Technology. Just think about the impact of technology and the effect that that has had on falling barriers. Someone sneezes in Europe and you could get the H1N1 here in a matter of hours. Time and space. No longer are we competing with brick and mortar schools in Trinidad. We are competing with schools all over the world because there's e-learning and distance learning and these things. How much you all have Blink here? If you ever had a problem, you take up the phone, you call 62-BLINK. Who helps you? Somebody in Bangalore in India. And do you know that in India, there are schools that train individuals to speak like Americans and speak in foreign accents because they represent these companies. They are thinking, change, competition. You don't have to go to meet competition anymore. Competition is coming at your doorsteps. Think about the impact of the EPA, free trade area with Europe. We are competing in a global environment now, like it or not. Connection and collaboration. There's an influential book that's written by a guy called Thomas Friedman. It's called The World is Flat. And he said, this era of globalization is marked not by firms, but by individuals. And we must connect with individuals now, not with firms anymore. So we must collaborate and connect. That's why we talk on an organization is not vertical anymore, it's horizontal, thinking along that value chain. And you see it happening all around you. When you speak of environmental issues, on the 5th of November, a train will be leaving in a place called Kyoto, heading for Copenhagen. It's a symbolic gesture marking the link in between Kyoto and Copenhagen. That link being a new summit. They will have a summit on setting new standards for climate change. We all know the effects of climate change. I recently read a British scientist did research. He actually went and dived below the ocean in the North Pole. And he came back out and said, you know what? In 10 years' time, during the summer months, the North Pole will be completely liquid. Think about the effect of that. Ban Ki-moon, the UN Secretary General, say, we are now in an era where if we don't make changes now, it's no return. So we got to make changes now, and that will impact in your firm and how it grows. We all know the emergence of new economic power. Have you ever heard a term called Chindia? India and China. They are emerged. They have emerged. India have taken 291 million people out of poverty. They are now part of the world market. And economic turbulence. I don't want to give you headaches. I won't spend too much time on that one. How do we respond? You got to think flexible and futuristic. Think not of the past. Growth is of the future, not of the past. We got to innovate. And Professor Carrillo will speak to you much more on innovation. Relationship marketing. Engage in your partners. Engage in your customers as partners. How much of you all has bought a plane ticket recently? Do you go physically to an office anymore? No. You do it online. Now what you have really done there is make it very convenient and easy for you. But at the same time, you know what? You are now the employee of the firm. They have engaged you in that relationship. Banks, internet banking, they say, technology. What they have done is make you their employee. You are updating your own passbooks. And we speak about collaboration. That's the way we collaborate now. To grow, we must take advantage of these things and see it in the right context. And reinventing the 4 Ps. You know when you did marketing, they speak to you about the 4 Ps. What are the 4 Ps again? Happiness. You all are good MBA students, man. But now, you know what? That was yesterday marketing. Today we talk about the 4 Cs. We talk about, we don't sell a product anymore. We co-create solutions. Dell, Dell don't just put a standard product in the market and say, you want a Dell, buy a 4400, and that's it. You can now go on the net, and you can say, I want a black Dell, a blue Dell, a green Dell, I want this hard drive. You can co-create your solution. And they understand that. We communicate with communities. 61% of the ads on television directed to kids, you know what they do now? They bleep it out. If you want to reach the kids, as you saw the frogs earlier, find them on Facebook, Twitter. Don't ask me what is Twitter because I have not a clue. But I heard about it. But that's the way you meet people now. You communicate with them at that level. Choice and convenience. Where's place? Where do you sell your product now? It is in some continuum between virtual reality and the real world. And we meet somewhere along there. You can stay home and you can buy something in Russia. Hopefully it's not nuclear weapons. But that's the reality. Place is a continuum. And price is negotiated. As with this no code, you can negotiate to demand, with or without milk. A bank, you go to a loan, they say, here what? What do you want? A loan? Well, if you can bring 5 other customers, we'll give you a 0.5% off. If you have one of our cards, credit cards, we'll give you a full. It's a negotiated, it's an exchange. And firms are understanding that now. Now, I see my time is nearly up. Key success factors. Growth is about change. It's not about the past, it's about the future. How you react to change is the most important thing. A lot of time, how much people here would agree that you need to change? Everybody most likely would agree that you need to change. But how much people here are already willing to change? That's the critical thing. Accepting that we need to change and actually taking that step towards change. Now, before I leave, I want to leave you with a few words from Thomas Friedman in this book, The World is Flat. This was one of his earlier lectures he did, and I just have a snippet of what he said.
Now, one of the iron rules of the world of business, education, entrepreneurship, that immediately flows from this new flat world platform is this: whatever can be done will be done. There's only one question for you: will it be done by you or to you? That is the iron rule of the flat world. Whatever can be done will be done, because so many people now have so much communication and so many distributed tools of innovation that whatever will be done, whatever can be done will be done. If YouTube can be done, it will be done. Okay? If MySpace can be done, it will be done. If Facebook can be done, it will be done. And if you have an idea, promise me one thing: you won't wait. Because either it'll be done by you or to you. That is really the iron law of this world. So our family was down in Peru in June.
But I'll just tell you, what he was going to say of a family in Peru. He went to a place called Cusco. It's a mountainous area, very poor people. And he found a guy there from a tribe, and he sell Peruvian dishware on the internet. And he said, what a beautiful story of a flat world. Peruvian dishware on the internet. And the guy went on to say, you know what? I recently found out that I could get those dishware cheaper in China. So he's now selling Peruvian dishware from Cusco, but he's sourcing it from China. What can be done would be done. Now, as a growing organization, any type of organization, what you will be faced with in this new world is having to deal with corporate governance. I'm sure you have heard the term before, corporate governance.